4, 3, 2, 1.
Studio Classroom is Studio Classroom is on the air.
Well, hello and welcome to Studio Classroom on the air. Your English will improve today. My name is Gabe. All right, so do you travel a lot? And what reason is there to travel? You know, many people travel for work. Of course, lots of us like to travel for fun, to see and experience different parts of the world. But what other reasons are there to travel? The name of today's lesson is South Africa, Cape Town. The author of our lesson today is your Studio Classroom teacher, Carolyn. So I'm sure we'll have a very full lesson learning about her time in South Africa. Love is in the air. Now, that's a phrase that appears near the title of the lesson in your magazine. What does it mean? Well, let's find out.
South Africa, Cape Town. Love is in the air. My husband and I love celebrating the commitment of marriage by attending weddings. So when our friends asked if we would be part of their wedding ceremony, we said yes. We were especially excited because our friends were getting married in Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town. We stayed near Cape Town for several days. While the bride and groom were busy with wedding preparations, my husband and I took some time to explore the area.
Hi everyone, welcome to Language Lab. 这篇文章的第一个重点，我们看 commitment 这个名词。我们看到这个字里面有 commit 允诺这个动词，所以 commitment 是指承诺或委身。我们来看一个例句 ：Marriage is a lifelong commitment. 婚姻是一生一世的承诺。如果要说明要对什么事情的承诺，或者是对某个对象的承诺的话，都是用 to 这个介系词。例如 ，The president made a commitment to tax deduction during his campaign. 总统在竞选活动中允诺要降税。或者是 The company's commitment to excellence has never changed. 这家公司对于卓越的承诺从来没有改变过。接下来我们看的是 ceremony 这个名词 ，ceremony 是指典礼或仪式。例如 ，Over 600 guests attended the couple's wedding ceremony at the church. 超过600名宾客参加了这对新人在教会的婚礼。或者是 Many fans watched the awards ceremony online. 许多粉丝在网络上收看了这个颁奖典礼。它的形容词是 ceremonial, C-E-R-E-M-O-N-I-A-L, 意思是正式的或礼仪的。例如 The chief's ceremonial costume was made of feathers and beads. 这位酋长参加仪式的服装是用羽毛以及珠子制作的。
Thank you very much, Michelle. Well, friends, let's go to South Africa, specifically to Cape Town. And Carolyn, I'm so jealous of you because you had the chance to go to Cape Town. Tell me about it.
Well, it was great, and we're reading about it in our lesson today, so I won't tell you too much right now, but I will tell you that we went in February last year, and you might think that that's a bad time to go because it would be very cold, but South Africa's below the equator, so it was summer.
All right. Yes, a great time of year to go to Cape Town. Well, I've heard great things about the nature surrounding and in the city of Cape Town. And something you wrote here in this lesson, Carolyn, is the phrase, love is in the air. Now, friends, this is kind of a fun phrase to use when you want to express that there's kind of an atmosphere of love and other good feelings for some reason. Love is in the air.
I can think of a reason you might use this.
Yeah?
At least in the United States, June, because it's summer, is a very popular time for weddings. The weather is perfect, and it just seems that love is in the air because so many people are getting married in June.
All right, so that's a great time to use that phrase when there's a lot of weddings going on. Or perhaps you could use it in kind of an unplanned way, I guess. Maybe you just found out that like 5 or 6 of your friends just started dating. They just, started a relationship with a boyfriend or girlfriend. You might say, wow, all at the same time? I guess love is in the air.
That's a great example. Now, I do want to talk about my experience, so let's look at the first sentence here. My husband and I love celebrating the commitment of marriage by attending weddings. And this is very true. We've attended a lot of friends' weddings.
Okay, so what is so special about attending the weddings? Is it seeing the bride and groom and they're all dressed up? Is it seeing their families? Is it the vows that they make at the wedding?
For me, it's about the vows and the commitment that they're making to each other, and most of my friends are Christians, and so they're making that commitment before God and before their families.
Mm-hmm. And so that is the idea behind weddings, right? You're making a vow or a commitment before God and before people. And I agree with you, Carolyn. I think it's fun and exciting to celebrate with friends as they get married as well and celebrate their vows and their commitments to each other.
So we continue. So when our friends asked if we would be part of their wedding ceremony, we said yes.
Okay, so you were really excited. You didn't even think about it, right? You just said, yeah, of course.
Well, I thought about it for a while because going to South Africa is kind of far away.
Oh, yeah.
But my husband was very excited and ready to go.
And so he said yes, and eventually you both said yes. Well, friends, there's a phrase we want to talk about, and that is the phrase, she said yes. Maybe you've heard this before in movies or people have posted it on Facebook or something. So usually a guy will say this. After they have proposed to their girlfriend, she becomes the fiancé and they're planning to get married. If she said yes, well, it's a common or popular thing for him to say, she said yes. That means she agreed.
Exactly. So you might see this in a film. You might even see someone do this in person if you are lucky enough to see a public wedding proposal or marriage proposal. He asked his girlfriend to marry him, and she said yes.
Exactly. So the idea, friends, is that if you see someone who has written this, she said yes, you can safely assume that someone has just proposed. Well, you both said yes to going to South Africa. You said we were especially excited because our friends were getting married in Cape Town, South Africa. Does that mean this is the place in South Africa you wanted to visit most?
Well, I probably wouldn't have traveled to South Africa if I didn't have a good reason to go there. And my friends who live in Taipei were going to South Africa to get married because the groom's family is from South Africa.
Excellent. Okay, well, that's a great reason to go. Any reason to travel sounds good to me. But a wedding is a great reason. Well, we continue here learning more about Cape Town. You wrote, we stayed near Cape Town for several days. So you weren't living in the city?
Right. We were outside the city. We were actually on the beach in a town called Fishhook.
Fishhook?
Fishhook. But it wasn't spelled H-O-O-K. It was spelled H-O-E-K. Fishhook.
Oh, man, there's interesting spelling down there in South Africa. But you were so close to Cape Town that you got to see a lot of stuff there. While the bride and groom were busy with wedding preparations, my husband and I took some time to explore the area. Now, I like that phrase you wrote, to take some time to do something. This means that you're spending some time doing something.
And it is a great phrase. You might say, let's take some time to check out the new mall. I bet there's some really cool stores in it. Or, I need to take some time. That means I want to be by myself for a little while.
That's right. Maybe you need to think about something. So you need to take some time to consider something. Okay, well, we do have more to learn about Carolyn and Joe's exciting trip to South Africa, but right now let's take an exciting trip to
the Info Cloud.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Info Cloud. We have a very interesting lesson for you today.
That's right. We are going to look at two phrases that sound similar but have very different meanings. Point of interest and person of interest.
If something is a point of interest, then it is a good, interesting thing that deserves someone's time and attention.
For example, when I travel to other countries, I like to stop at points of interest. These could include historical sites or places to go shopping.
But if someone is a person of interest, that doesn't mean they are interesting. Instead, it means the person is somehow connected to a police investigation.
Usually, a person of interest is someone that the police wants to talk to find out information about a case. For example, Carl didn't do anything wrong. He is just a person of interest for this case.
But the police might also use this phrase to refer to the suspect of a crime if they don't want the person to know they are a suspect. They told Carl he was just a person of interest, but really, he is the main suspect.
今天介绍的两个用语都跟 interest 兴趣有关。第一个是 point of interest 兴趣点，可以用来代表引起游客兴趣的旅游景点，像是博物馆或是著名的购物中心，都可以用 point of interest 来形容。Tourists always like to stop at points of interest. 观光客都喜欢在观光景点停留。另外，当你形容一个人是 person of interest 的时候，那并不代表他是一位大家都很感兴趣的人，而是一位引起警方注意的人，因为他在某个案件中可以协助警方调查或办案，这就是 person of interest 真正的含义。这就是今天的 Info Cloud， 我们下次云端见。
Studio Classroom is on the air.
Welcome back! Your teacher Carolyn and her husband Joe went to South Africa to attend a friend's wedding. They were in Cape Town, and while the bride and groom were preparing for the wedding, Carolyn and Joe took some time to explore the area. Let's see what they found.
South Africa, Cape Town. Cape Town has a great sightseeing bus tour that allows riders to hop on and off at different points of interest. One of my favorite places to visit was Table Mountain. This flat-topped mountain is a prominent feature of Cape Town's geography. While some adventurous visitors choose to climb to the top of the mountain, we decided to take the cable car up. Each car has a capacity of 65 people. Fortunately, the round car slowly spins in a circle, so everyone can get a good view of the receding landscape below and nearing landscape above. Even though it was a hot day, the air at the top was brisk and the view was breathtaking.
OK， 继续我们看的是 recede 这个动词 ，re 这个字首有回来的意思 ，ced 这个字根是指行走，所以 recede 是指逐渐远离或退去。例如 ，It took days for the flood to recede after the typhoon。台风之后好几天之后，洪水才开始渐渐退去。或者是 As we left the shore, the island slowly receded behind us。我们离开海边之后，后面的岛屿就渐渐消失了踪影。recede 也指下降或减弱。 例如 After Gina took some painkillers, her headache gradually receded. Gina 吃了止痛药之后，头痛就渐渐和缓了。最后我们看 brisk 这个形容词 brisk 在这里是指凉爽清新的，例如 The cold brisk air in the mountains really woke me up. 山上寒冷清新的空气真的让我醒过来了。或者是 We opened the windows of the cabin to let in the brisk breeze. 我们把木屋的窗户打开，让清凉的微风吹进来。brisk 也可以指轻快的，或者是生气勃勃的。例如 The brisk walk in the woods made me feel energetic right away. 在树林中快走了一趟，让我马上精神抖擞了起来。And now let's get back to our teachers.
Thank you, Michelle. Well, let's continue learning about Cape Town here and what you can do and see. Cape Town has a great sightseeing bus tour that allows riders to hop on and off at different points of interest. Now, give us an idea, Carolyn, of how many places or how many points of interest there are in Cape Town.
Oh, well, there are enough that there are actually 3 different sightseeing tour bus lines or routes to take.
Okay, really? Okay, wow. So did you guys really hop on and off the bus at every stop that your bus took?
Unfortunately, we didn't have time to do that, so we had to pick which points of interest we really wanted to go to, and we ended up only going on one of the bus lines.
Okay, and this bus line, of course, took you to Table Mountain. We read here one of my favorite places to visit was Table Mountain. I have always wanted to go to Table Mountain ever since I learned about this amazing place. So is this one of the places the bus took you to?
It is. So the bus dropped us off at the top of, or near the top of Table Mountain. And in this photo, you know which one is Table Mountain because it's the one that is flat on top like a table. It's not round. It's completely flat on the top, and you can walk around up there.
It looks really impressive, and I'm sure it has an impressive view as well. This flat-topped mountain we read is a prominent feature of Cape Town's geography. Another way to phrase that maybe is that when people think of Cape Town, one of the main things they think of is Table Mountain. So it's a prominent or very important feature of this place.
It sure is. It's on a lot of postcards and t-shirts and all sorts of different things. And a lot of people like to visit it. It's very nice to go. And there are a couple ways that you can get to the top of Table Mountain for that great view. While some adventurous visitors choose to climb to the top of the mountain. Mm-hmm. You can actually climb up the mountain.
No way. You mean like actually rock climbing or just like a really dangerous or challenging hike?
No, rock climbing.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yes, with ropes and everything. There were some very adventurous climbers when we were there, but we decided to take the cable car up.
Excellent choice. Well, friends, what about you? Are you an adventurous person? I think most people are adventurous in some way or another, but some people are more adventurous than others. Well, you mentioned a cable car here in this sentence. Now, we wanted to talk about the difference between a cable car and a gondola, because sometimes they can be the same thing. Here's a picture of the cable car heading up to Table Mountain. Now, a cable car, some little differences, okay? So a cable car might be able to hold many people, whereas a gondola might hold just 4 to 8 people. In a cable car, maybe people might stand, whereas there's usually sitting space in a gondola.
Those are very good key differences between those two forms of transportation. So we took a cable car with a lot of people standing in it up to the top of Table Mountain, and each car has a capacity of 65 people.
That's too many people. Too many people in a cable car.
Well, fortunately, the round car slowly spins in a circle so everyone can get a good view of the receding landscape below and the nearing landscape above.
Friends, it's great to have a good view of something. This means that you can see something well or see something clearly.
And we had a great view from the top of Table Mountain. Now, even though it was a hot day, the air was brisk and the view was breathtaking. And you know something else that can be breathtaking, Gabe?
Is that the
SC Challenge?
Friends, for today's SC Challenge, let's find out who is in the studio with us. And would you also please answer this question? What is one of the best places you've ever traveled?
Oh, my name is David. One of the best places I've ever traveled? Kansas.
Really?
Kansas, United States. Yes, I met a donkey that was owned as a pet by a family that I stayed with there.
Great.
His name was Corfu. It was very sweet.
Wow.
Yes.
Corfu, the donkey in Kansas.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, also in the studio we have...
Hi, my name is Hazel, and one time I traveled to Europe. I went to Austria, and that was a lot of fun.
Excellent. Friends, it is good to describe the places that you enjoy traveling. Our lesson today is called South Africa, Cape Town, and here is number 1. Carolyn and her husband love celebrating what? A, their wedding anniversary. B, the commitment of marriage. C, celebrity birthdays. Or D, human accomplishments. Dave?
I bet they like to celebrate their anniversary.
Okay, I'm sure they do. I should have said according to the lesson. According to the lesson, Hazel.
Friends' commitment of marriage, right?
That is B, and that is correct.
That's what I meant. Man.
Yeah, right. Even their own commitment of marriage, right? Okay, so Hazel has 1 point. Here's number 2. How did they get to the top of Table Mountain? A, they climbed up. B, they walked up. C, they took a cable car. Or D, they rode in a helicopter. I think that was David.
Oh,
yeah? Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say they climbed up. They walked up.
That's 2 of them.
That's
they
2 of
climbed
them?
up and they walked up, and those are both incorrect.
Oh, no!
Hazel, do you have a guess? We have took a cable car or rode in a helicopter.
Did they take a cable car?
They took a cable car.
They took a cable car.
They did, yes.
They took a cable car.
Is correct. Yes.
Boy, I tell you.
Yeah. You could climb up Table Mountain, David, I'm sure, when you go. Okay, here's number 3. How does Carolyn describe the cable car? A, it was scary. B, it had a glass floor. C, it moved quickly. Or D, it spun slowly. Dave?
Well, I know a lot of cable cars have a glass floor.
Yes.
So that you can see the mountain. I'm going to say it had a glass floor.
Oh, man, maybe it did, but that's not how she described it in the lesson.
That's not how she described it.
Hazel, do you have a guess?
Can I have the
Yes.
answers again?
It was scary, it moved quickly, or it spun slowly.
Maybe it spun slowly.
Maybe you are correct again.
It spun slowly. What cable car spins slowly?
It gives you a nice view of the whole area.
That's right. That's a very special cable car.
That's true. And Hazel is today's winner again. Thank you very much for joining us, friends. That's all the time we have for today's SC Challenge. My favorite words from today's lesson are adventurous. I think it's great to be an adventurous person and to get a good view of something. Where can you get a good view of your city? Or where can you go to get a good view of something out in the great outdoors, in nature? Well, Carolyn and Joe are in South Africa. They're in Cape Town for this lesson, and they've enjoyed Table Mountain. What else can they enjoy in Cape Town? Let's find out next time, right here on Studio Classroom.
Endures at all times. A good friend lasts a lifetime. I am so proud to have you in my life. A good friend lasts a lifetime.